Thermodynamic principle of metallurgy. So, we know that the extraction of pure metal, they require reducing agents. They require reducing agent. And the best reducing agent, it can be selected based on thermodynamics. Hence, thermodynamics, it plays an important role in metallurgy. Okay, so extraction of a metal, it needs a reducing agent, and the best reducing agent can be obtained by considering the thermodynamics. Now we know that according to thermodynamics, delta G naught is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught, where delta G is your free energy, delta H is your enthalpy, and delta S is entropy. Now, how this equation, it plays a major role in determining the best reducing agent. So, if delta G is equal to 0, then the reaction will be in equilibrium state. If it is less than 0, that is, if it is negative, then the reaction will be spontaneous. And if it is greater than 0, that is, if it is positive, then the reaction will be non-spontaneous. Are you clear? If delta G is equal to 0, then the reaction will be in equilibrium state. If it is less than 0, that is, if it is negative, then the reaction will be spontaneous. And if it is greater than 0, that is, if it is positive, then it will be non-spontaneous. Thus, the best reagent is chosen such that it should have larger negative delta G value. Okay, so for the best reducing agent, is determined based on change in free energy. So how should be the free energy? Free energy, it should be negative. Only then the reaction will be spontaneous. Hence, the best reducing agent is obtained when it has a larger negative delta G value. And next is, and this can be determined by using Ellingham diagram. Ellingham diagram. So what is Ellingham diagram? Ellingham diagram, it is a plot of delta G F naught versus temperature. Here delta G F naught is the change in Gibbs free energy for the formation versus temperature, and this is used to find the best reducing agent. Okay, so let I explain this using a plot. Okay, so this is a plot of delta G F naught versus temperature. Here delta G F naught is in y-axis and temperature is in x-axis. Now, there is a line which has delta G is equal to 0. That is, this line is said to be in equilibrium condition. Now, if there is a plot such that this is the line of that plot, then we can see that this line, it has two parts, right? So, I'll mention this as part 1 and this is part 2. So this part is negative since delta G F naught, it decreases, and here delta G value is 0, so if it goes on decreasing, then the value will be negative. And here delta G F naught increases, so if it gets increased, so therefore here this part, your value will be positive. So hence I divided this line into two parts, part 1 and 2. And now this is a plot for the equation for the formation of metal oxide. Metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. Okay, that is your oxidation part. Now, so oxidation, that is metal combines with oxygen to form a metal oxide. Now, what happens in part 1 and part 2? So, for oxidation, that is metal combines with oxygen to form metal oxide. So, the first part is negative. So, delta G is equal to negative and hence the reaction will be spontaneous. But in the second part, delta G is positive, we can see here. So, therefore, the reaction will be non-spontaneous. Now, for reduction, so what is reduction? Removal of oxygen from metal oxide. So, this reaction will be reversed here. So, MO gives M plus O2. So, if the reaction gets reversed, the sign will also get reversed. So, here delta G will become positive and here delta G will become negative. So, here this is non-spontaneous and this one will be spontaneous. This is how you should interpret the data in an Ellingham diagram. Okay. So, now in the first part, which is feasible? In the first part, delta G is equal to negative. So, for oxidation. So, therefore, first part, oxidation is feasible. And in the second part, here delta G is negative. So, therefore, which is feasible? Reduction is feasible. Now, the next question is, why reducing agent is needed for most of the reaction? Why reducing agent is needed for most of the reaction? Hence, I'll go with one more plot. So, here delta G F0 and temperature, and this is the line for delta G is equal to 0. Now, I'm going to plot the graph for 3 metal oxides. Okay, so this is AgO, this is HgO, this is Ag2O, HgO and ZnO. Now the temperature for the first one is T1, for the second one is T2 and the third one is T3. Now Ag2O, it gets decomposed into Ag and O2. Same way HgO, it gets decomposed into Hg and O2, and ZnO, it gets decomposed into Zn and O2. Now see the temperature range. Okay, so the temperature, this decomposition, it takes place at lower temperature and hence it can be decomposed easily on heating without the use of reducing agent. So decomposition, it takes place on heating. But if I go for ZnO gives Zn plus O2, here the temperature is high. So when you heat and decompose, the process will not be economical. Hence, for this, we are using a reducing agent to turn this process into an economical one. That's why reducing agent is needed for most of the reaction. Are you clear? So this is a plot. Here there is a plot for 3 oxides. One is Ag2O, the other is HgO and the last is ZnO. Here Ag2O and HgO, it decompose at lower temperature and hence it can be decomposed on heating itself. But if I go for ZnO, the temperature here is high. If you heat and decompose, the process will not be economical. So turn this process into an economical one, we are using a reducing agent. So if carbon is used as reducing agent, then this will be your reaction. So ZNO plus coke, coke is nothing but carbon, it gives Zn plus CO. Okay, how does the best reducing agent is selected? Okay, so for this I'll take the general form of the reduction of metal oxide. So if MXOY is your metal oxide, it gets reduced into metal and O2. Here you can see it is O2. Hence, if I balance this equation, now if I multiply this term by 2 by y, so here y and y will get cancelled, so O2 will be remaining. And to this, to balance this metal, I should multiply by 2x by y. Okay, so if suppose carbon and carbon monoxide are the reducing agent, now what is the role of reducing agent? The reducing agent, it will reduce the metal oxide and it gets oxidized by itself. It is the role of a reducing agent. So if one oxygen is added, this carbon, it gets oxidized to carbon monoxide. If 2 oxygen is added, then this carbon, it gets oxidized into carbon dioxide. If this accepts 1 oxygen, it gets converted into carbon dioxide. If this is your first equation, this is your second equation, this is your third, and this is fourth. Now I need to compare 1 2, 1 3 and 1 4. All these are redox reaction. Okay, why it is redox reaction? Because both oxidation and reduction takes place. So here carbon gets oxidized and here the metal oxide gets reduced. So you should take the delta G value of the redox reaction. So the net reaction. If delta G value of 1 and 2 is minus 508 Kelvin. If suppose for the second it is minus 720 Kelvin and for third it is 630 Kelvin. Now which one has the largest negative delta G value? Second one has. So which is the reducing agent involved here? Carbon to carbon dioxide. So this one will be your best reducing agent because this one has the largest negative delta G value. I plot a graph for these three equations. I'll plot a Lindholm diagram for these three equations. Okay. So first is carbon to carbon monoxide. Hence the chemical reaction for this part will be C plus O2 gives CO. Now if I balance it, 2C plus O2 gives 2CO. So here carbon is converted into CO. Now what is delta Ng? Number of gaseous molecules, difference in number of gaseous molecule. It is nothing but Np minus Nr. What is the number of moles of product? It is 2. And number of moles of reactant, it is 1. Why we are taking it as 1? Because here carbon is solid, oxygen is gas and carbon monoxide is gas. It is delta Ng. So you should take only the gaseous part. Okay, so 2 minus 1 will be 1. So here number of moles increases. If number of moles increases, then what happens to entropy? Entropy will also increase. Why it increase? Because randomness increases. If number of moles increase, then randomness increase, therefore entropy will increase. So what is entropy? Delta S. So therefore delta S will increase. Okay. Now we know that delta G naught is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. Okay, so if delta S increases, then if temperature increase, what happens to T delta S naught value? It will increase. Okay, so this one will have the high value. So here what happens to delta G naught? So delta G naught will be equal to delta H naught minus the high value T delta S naught, which has the high value. So here it is positive and negative. So you should find the difference and put the greatest number sign. So which is the greatest number here? T delta S naught is the greatest number. So what will be the sign of delta G naught? Minus delta G naught. So here the change in Gibbs free energy will be negative. So if I plot a graph between delta G naught and T, so this one will be our line for C to CO, because delta G naught, it decreases. Now if I go for the second one, so what is the second one? Carbon gets converted into carbon dioxide. Now the chemical formula here it is C plus O2 gives CO2. Now what is delta Ng? Here carbon is solid, gaseous and gaseous. So delta Ng is Np minus Nr. So what is Np? Np it is 1 and Nr it is 1. So 1 minus 1 will become 0. So if the number of moles is 0, then automatically there won't be any change in entropy. Okay, there won't be any change in entropy. So delta S will be equal to 0. If delta S is 0, then delta G will also be equal to 0. So if delta G is 0, then there will be a parallel line to the temperature. So this is delta G is equal to 0. So therefore this is the plot for C to CO2. Now the next one is, the last is carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. Okay, so the equation is CO plus O2 gives CO2. Now if I balance it, 2 CO plus O2 gives 2 CO2. Now this is gas, gas and gas. So what will be delta Ng? Delta Ng is equal to Np minus Nr. So number of product is 2 and number of reactant is 2 plus 1, 3. So here it will be minus 1. So if number of moles decreases, what happens to entropy? Entropy will also decrease. So delta S will decrease. So if I go for delta G is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. Now if delta S decreases as temperature increase, the decrease in delta S will be much more higher. So here I'll reframe this equation as minus T minus delta S naught, because it goes on decreasing. So minus into minus will become what? Plus. So plus T delta S naught. So here what will be delta G naught? Delta G naught will be positive because both are plus. So therefore the plot will be like this. Okay, so this is the plot for carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. So from this we can interpret that C2CO will be your best reducing agent because this has negative delta G naught value. To understand this concept better, I'll go for one more example with the 3 reducing agent. Okay, so there are 3 reducing agent. The line which comes down is for C2CO. This is for C2CO2 and this is for CO2CO2. Now I am taking a metal oxide ZNO. So hence I am extending this line. Okay, ZNO. Now you can see 3 temperatures here, 3 intersecting points with the metal oxide. The first point is this one, hence this temperature is T1. The second part is this one, hence the temperature will be T2. And the third part is this point and hence the temperature will be T3. And this is a plot of delta G F0 versus T. Now, so to choose a better reducing agent, you should keep 2 things in mind. The one is any element below a metal oxide can reduce the one which is above it. Okay, so metal oxide which is present below can reduce the metal which is present above it. This is your first one. And the second one is for the priority. If suppose if 2 lines are below it, okay, then you should go for the priority. So the first priority is it should have a low temperature and the second one is delta G should be negative. Okay. Now I can see for a particular, up to a particular temperature, this line is below this one. But after a particular temperature, this line, that is the metal oxide line, is above C2CO line. Okay. I'll explain with one more example. Okay, so here is a plot of delta G F0 versus temperature, and there are 3 reducing agents which I discussed before. The one is carbon to carbon monoxide, the other is carbon to carbon dioxide, the other one is carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. Now I am taking a metal oxide and its plot is like this, okay, ZNO, and the metal oxide is ZNO. Okay, now you can see 3 intersecting points, 1, 2 and 3. So this pink line, it has 3 different intersecting points with 3 different reducing agents. So the first one I'll take it as T1, the second is T2 and the third is T3. Okay, now how to choose the better reducing agent? Okay, so the first point you should keep in mind is element present below can reduce the metal oxide above it. Okay, so if I take this pink line, up to a certain temperature, this is the least, it is the lowest line. Okay, but after a particular temperature, it goes on increasing. It means that up to this temperature, it is stable, and after that, it becomes unstable. Okay, so if it is a stable one, we can't reduce it. But if it becomes unstable, we can reduce it. So you can see this pink color line is below all the 3 lines. at a particular temperature. Okay, so after T1, C2CO is the line which is present below the pink one, and at the point T2, C2CO2 is the line from T1 to T2. This is the line which is below the pink one, and CO2 is the line at the temperature T3. This one is the line which is present below at the temperature T3. Okay, so at this temperature it can reduce, C2CO can reduce at T1. Okay, so this is your first point. Element present below can reduce the metal oxide above it. And the second one, it goes for the priority. If suppose if two lines are present below, you can see three lines are present below. Okay, so the priority is the first one, it should have a lowest temperature. So the lowest temperature here it is T1, and T1 is for C2CO, and it should have negative delta G value. So this line it goes on decreasing. It means that delta G decreases as temperature increases. So negative delta G is also for C2CO. Hence ZNO can be reduced by using coke as a reducing agent, and your product will be ZnCO. So here this metal it gets reduced and carbon gets oxidized. Are you clear?